Hey guys, I don't really know, um, based on my experiences in life, whose side God is on. uh, like that's always been a mystery to me. Like, if I analyzed most of my life, I would say God is on their side. But if I analyze the last little few years, I'd say God is on my side. But I don't know for sure. Um, there could always be a betrayal, uh, a rug pulled on from underneath you. It's happened to me before, so I don't put a lot of I don't put a lot of stock in God's one of the good guys. God's on our side. Um, Based on what I've seen, what I experienced, uh, it, I thought God was like them, you know, and so that's what I thought most of my life. I thought God was like them, like the narcissist, dictators. You know what I mean? Want to control you, you know, all times. Uh, want you to be a servant nonstop. You know, a slave. Uh, because like in the Old Testament, it kind of makes God look like a real bastard. Um, from what I read, a jealous God, that kind of thing. Um, but it's in the air, like, but there could be a betrayal. There's been betrayals throughout my whole life against me. So I don't put a lot of trust in the whole God thing. If I'm honest. And I know that offends a lot of survivors, but maybe in 6 years from now, if God's helping me like longer, there might be trust. But based on what I went through in my life, I don't trust that shit. Nope. Um, yeah. Um, in the end, God could betray me. You know what I mean? He could con me, just like they do. You know, it's very possible, but that's why you gotta like trust your instincts, trust yourself. Um, because like you could look like an idiot if you put full faith in God. You could look like an idiot, and the psychopath would just kill you. You know what I mean? If you just trust that God will protect you, you could look like an idiot with the psychopath just takes you out. Uh, because you didn't protect yourself. You know what I mean? Uh, you thought God was going to protect you. You know, out in the open. Uh, because you thought He loved you. Uh, but I thought God loved me too, but based on the things that happened in my life, I'd say no. I'd say He hated me. Uh, Based on how my life has gone, uh, it seems like God hated me and then He changed His mind. Uh, he let them do whatever they wanted to me. Then all of a sudden he changed his mind and said, "I've seen enough." You know, so it's a very confusing message to me, um, as you can see. Uh, Very confusing. Uh, it's almost like God was absent and then he changed his mind and then decided to help me. And it's very confusing. Uh, but everything's confusing when you're around these type of people, especially in religion. Everything's confusing. You definitely think they make you think that God's like them, for sure. They make you think that, and it's believable. With the lack of intervention uh, to protect children in religion, it's very believable that God's one of them. Very believable for any kid. Just like, uh, how long is this going to go on? You know what I mean? How much is he going to watch? uh, no one's going to step in, even now. You know, uh, it's just like, to me, it was like an obvious grudge against me. That's how I saw it. It was an obvious grudge, you know. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm the fallen one, in God's sight, Uh, he had no problem with whatever they did because uh, no intervention. You know what I'm saying? So I stopped caring, and then, well, God stopped caring first, and then I said, I'm not caring anymore. If God doesn't care, then I don't care. You know, He doesn't care about whatever's going on down here on this planet, so why should I care? You know, so that's where I stood on things, and I stayed out of things. I try to stay out of this war. I try to not get involved, um, but it seems like I'm being forced to get involved, um, because to survive, you have to get involved. uh, on my end, uh, unless you just want to be a slave to one of these creatures the rest of your life, which I don't, even though I'm used to them and their BS, uh, I don't want to deal with them anymore. And I have the right to deflect them now because they don't call the shots now, uh, where I'm at. So I call the shots. Um, and that's the game. That's the game changer, I guess. Is I call the shots now, not them. They can't bully me here. Um, they can't touch me here. And if they try, then I'll defend myself. You know, in ways that I didn't defend myself when I was younger. I'll defend myself with weapons and stuff. I really will. Um, I'm not fucking around. Um, God wanted me involved, so I'm taking it seriously. I'm gonna fight back against these things, as much as I can. Uh, if they want a one-way ticket to the afterlife, then that's their decision. Um, that's what they risk by trying to harm me again. That's what they risk. So um, that's all I'm gonna say. Cause I'm taking it seriously more than before. Uh, I don't see it as a joke like I used to, totally, because God saw life as a joke, so I kind of saw life as a joke. So we both kind of saw life as a joke. Yeah, let's just bully me, let's all make fun of me, big joke on me, send me to this planet just to be bullied and uh, targeted by adults, and uh, just a big joke on me. So haha, you know, very funny, but it seems like God's not joking around anymore. Maybe he's serious when it comes to me. I don't know. It's kind of been a change of pace, but like I said, betrayal can happen at any time. Betrayal has happened at certain times, so you can never count it out, you can never be sure. Um, if you feel betrayed by God, you can feel betrayed by anybody. You know what I mean? Fucking the man on the cross betrays you. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. For sure. Because that means that all of his teachings were bullshit, and that means the crucifixion was just all show. No substance. Just like a narcissist would do. Just put on a show for all to see on a cross. I don't know. Life is crazy. You think it's going to go one way, but then God changes his mind all of a sudden, and then he turns it a different way. But it wasn't supposed to go the way God wanted it to go. They wanted me dead, and so I delivered. Everybody wanted me dead. I don't care what anybody said. They wanted me gone. Their behaviors showed me that they wanted me out. They wanted me dead. Both parents wanted me gone. They wanted me out of there, like off the planet, dead. You know what I mean? Like out of the way. Um, that was their end game. It really was. And I don't care what anybody says. That was their end game. They want, and some do. Uh, like my best friend was, I feel like killed himself in the same fashion. His family treated him terribly. In my opinion, they thought he was nuts when he really wasn't. Um, he was just born in a bad situation like I was, targeted, from a young age. We didn't choose that shit. Uh, they just targeted us for no reason, you know, and that's what pisses me off. They just targeted us for no reason. Uh, and they never let up, you know, uh, put on the pretend show for everybody else, but then behind closed doors, they're hating you, and they hate you. Uh, you see the real them behind closed doors. Like, they want you gone, you know, but they show the world a different picture, and it's just bullshit, All of it's just bullshit. Uh, it's all kind of a sick joke, This life was kind of just a sick joke. That's how I saw it. Yeah, I don't know. God may be taking things seriously. As far as my life, God might actually be giving a shit for the first time in at least 20 years. I felt like God gave a shit when I was a kid, when I was really young. But for the most part, after that, I don't feel like he gave a damn. uh, God might as well have been one of them, just a spectator in the bullshit, you know. How innocent is the spectator? That's for you to decide. I know what I think. I don't think the spectator's innocent at all. That's what I think. That's what I've always thought. If you watch the abuse, you're just as guilty. If you watch the abuse, you're just as guilty as the perpetrators, in my opinion. But God may see things differently. I don't know. Hard to say. It's a mystery. God's definitely a mystery, for sure. Uh, you think you know God, and then you end up not knowing God, based on what you went through. You think you know God pretty well, but then you get thrown a curveball, you know, and then you find yourself still alive, and you don't know how you're still alive, and you don't know why you're still alive. To get targeted again, to be harassed again, to suffer longer, you know, what's what am I doing here, And that's the frustrating thing. Like, a lot of bullshit was allowed to happen. No intervention. So you think this behavior is okay. You think anything goes. When all this shit happens to you, you think anything goes. There's no rules down here. That's what you think. That's what I thought. I'm just like, there's no rules down here. There's no God. There's definitely no God. That's what you think when you're targeted by these people. And it's constant, and then on television, they keep programming you for this behavior is normal, uh, type of a thing. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say for now. See you.